Hi everybody, I'm Jack Jinseki, and joining me today is Kukushie.
Hello, hello.
So, Kuku, what kind of content are you best at?
Well, uh, I'd say I guess it's the content that I do most of the time. I like streaming games where I can yap a lot. For example, if I know a lot about the game, or if it's just I'm playing it blind, but I yap anyway, which I guess is a lot of games. Although I do think that if I know a lot about the game, already, then I feel like I can talk about maybe game mechanics or facts that people might not know, and so I enjoy that a lot. Or just kind of speak whatever my thought process is. But I also I like I like making tutorials and teaching kind of content, but I
Mm-hmm.
haven't really done that since like 2020, I think, or yeah.
Well, what
Uh,
kind of content did you teach back then?
oh, I made a tutorial on I think it was on how to use a Miku Miku dance model with Wakaru, or no, how to use a VRM model and turn it into a Miku Miku dance model and use that with Wakaru. Yeah.
I I'm afraid I know only what Miku is.
Yeah. Oh, and I like singing a lot, and
Nice,
I would hope that that's a content that I'm pretty good at too.
nice. So what do you like to sing?
Um, so perhaps surprisingly, I don't know a whole lot of like anime songs or
Hmm.
idol songs, the kind of stuff you might call weeb karaoke. I
Yeah,
do enjoy that, but I do not know a lot of those songs.
yeah.
I don't know. I mostly know. I don't know. I have like a whole singing song list of songs that I like to do for karaoke and singing, like maybe classic rock, maybe stuff people have requested me to sing. Sometimes meme songs, mashups, Christmas songs because of the Christmas recitals and singing I do every year.
Nice.
Uh, yeah.
Do you mind me mentioning how we actually met?
Oh, go for it.
Okay, so you and I met at the VTuber convention Oshi Uplink,
Hmm.
and I actually went to one of the concerts there. I think it was like the big concert, and it had Astroline and all that stuff. And one of
Ooh,
the guys from Astroline did a cover of the Don Da Don theme song, and he,
nice.
and he was really good at it. And but I was thinking because you said weeb karaoke, and that's the first that because that song is most definitely weeb karaoke. But then it
Mhm.
reminds me that I could not sing any weeb karaoke at all.
Well, as I always tell people whenever they think about like having a karaoke stream, I think that people are generally a lot better at karaoke than they realize, and even if you're not like amazing at it, if it's fun for you and if it's fun for the people watching, I encourage people to just go for it. And you can always like practice and sing in the shower and stuff beforehand, as I would
Nice.
do. Yeah.
So, how did you go about designing your character?
Ha ha ha. I didn't design my character.
Oh,
I went online. So when I was like starting out with VTubing, I I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna stick with this, so I'm just gonna find something free that I can use and try it out. Which later my requirements upgraded to free, but also has a license that lets me stream and make videos and eventually earn money. Uh,
oh.
but yeah, so this is actually just a free model that I found on the internet. I looked through a lot of different ones, and I noticed that a lot of the male models would just kind of they just kind of look like jerks to,
Yeah,
to me.
you know you're not wrong because I'm kind of looking into that right now, and
Hmm.
there's definitely a look. There's a look for male VTuber models, and I find it kind of unsettling because I don't want that look, and
Hmm.
it's a lot of them. It's the vast
Hmm.
majority. Uh, this right here was commissioned from basically the one person on VGen that I thought looked
Hmm.
good, and
Hmm.
just to I know this is a side tangent, but
No, go for it.
that I was when I was looking for the models, I found like one person who whose model, whose style I felt I vibed with, and then I realized it was the same artist that I commissioned this model from.
Nice.
And I was like, I should really try and find someone else. I,
Interesting.
yeah, it's
I
funny
get.
how
I
it
guess.
happens.
Yeah. I guess it wasn't just my limited Google searching. That really is how the field be, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean it's not just that either. Because looking through the models, and tell me if there's a way
Hmm.
that they move that looks kind
Hmm.
of strange, like the way they're rigged. I I don't. It's like this uncanny valley kind of thing
Hmm.
that most of these models fall into, and it's just ever so slightly off, and I just like, ooh, I don't know about that. And then
Huh.
you look at the artist, like you look at the artist's other work, and it's the
Mhm.
anime guy doing the pose, and it looks fantastic, and you think to yourself, oh well, they're great. And then you see the VTuber model, and you're like, ooh,
Interesting.
yeah.
I'm laughing because I don't know if I want to show it intentionally, but there is a facial expression with this model that someone pointed out was probably intended for certain content.
Uh,
um,
is
so
is that why we can't see below the shoulders on this model?
it's related. So what I've been I guess the implication is that is not a male
Say,
model
yeah.
necessarily. It is say so.
Oh, okay.
The default outfit is say so. A friend of mine was like looking at the model file one time, and he was complaining, "Oh, there's so many vertices that you're not using. This is so inefficient." Wait a minute. What is all this extra stuff modeled under the? Oh. And you know how I said that I was looking for something with a license that said, you can stream with it, you can use it in videos, you can make money with it. This license also permitted other content for this
Ah,
model, and I get the feeling it was kind of intended for that. But hey,
yeah.
I took it, and I like to think of it as kind of my own now. Nah,
I
nobody needs to know.
I am shocked. I am genuinely shocked at how much unsay so VTuber models there are out there. When the fact is that maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm like just unaware of the worst kept secret, but I don't really see many unsay so VTubers out there. I see more
Hmm.
models than I see actual VTubers that do that sort of content. I mean, I know they exist. I just don't see them in the wild.
Huh. Maybe that's is that so I think when I think of like larger VTubers, I can't think of oh there's probably some. I don't actually watch okay, confession, I don't watch many large VTubers.
Yeah.
I just see clips sometimes. But yeah, maybe there's just not a lot of large VTubers because
Hmm.
maybe
The
I do know some people who either they are or were sex workers or maybe they're just into that kind of content. But now that you mention it, yeah, it's definitely the minority, at least in the people I've met. Hmm.
the only one that comes to mind in terms of big VTuber names that does that sort of stuff is
Oh,
Project Melody. I
yes.
know I know him,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Hmm. Huh. Well, now that I think about it, if we wanted to expand our sample size, I can think of some websites
Fair enough.
that could expose us to more of that side of VTubing. But yeah,
uh, for
that's a good point,
for
though.
for after the interview, I think. Anyway,
Mhm.
do you have any lore for your character?
Ooh, no. um, well, I can go on a little bit of a tangent here.
Go
Fun
for it.
fact. If I looked at this side, I wrote notes on my other monitor because somebody sent me the questions beforehand. They leaked the questions to me.
Oh, you're revealing the backdrop, the tenuous fabric of the reality I have crafted is falling apart.
Yeah, I'm afraid I've got to draw back the curtain of this scene that we are in. But yes, where was I going with this? Oh, also conveniently, if I look to this side, that's where your model is on my screen, and it
Oh,
looks like
cool.
I'm looking at you. That worked out really well. So, looking at my notes, what was I going to say about this? Uh, yeah, so I do think VTuber lore is really cool. Like it's not like I came into this not wanting it, but
Of course.
I myself am not talented at that kind of thing. Like I love the times that I've played D&D, but when if I make a character, an original character, it's just me. Usually just me. And I hate to admit this, but it's usually me with a tragic backstory, which I know is like the archetypical, like it's got to be one of the canon D&D experiences, the person who's just themselves with a tragic backstory.
Well, I mean, I think that writers kind of, I mean, there's a lot of criticism that goes on about the so-called self-insert, but I get the feeling that a lot of what writers write is derivative of something in their own personalities to some extent, because that's where you draw the character from, is from things you know, and who do you know better than yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Hmm.
And I know a lot of people will talk about how, oh, this character on this show was inspired by someone we knew in real life, for better or for worse.
Yeah, of course. So, what was your favorite moment from being a VTuber?
Ah. What did I write for this?
Wrote
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You wrote it on a tree in the forest.
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah, I remember. So, wait, hold on, I don't actually remember. Now I do. So, I've really enjoyed. So my favorite moments have been usually collabing with friends. Those are usually been some of my favorite streams, best times. Um, Another one that is really memorable to me, which I know sounds weird because I had to look at a list just now, is so a friend of mine back in 2022, maybe 2021.
Yep.
She was doing this kind of VTuber choir thing, a VTuber friend, and so I asked if I could join that. Even though everybody else in that recital was like, they all seemed way more talented at singing than I was. I was just a guy, no singing lessons, no formal training. I would just sing. I'd like singing in the showers and
Mm-hmm.
singing in like the choirs when I used to go to church with my parents when I was younger, and stuff like that. So she let me join, thankfully, and that kind of meant a lot because like I practiced really hard for that recital, and from that and practicing for the recitals every year, I think I've actually grown a lot as a singer, and so that who knows, like I may have never been like half as good at singing now as I am if it wasn't for that. So that's definitely a highlight of my career, if you want to say. What else did I write? Oh, and this is a little embarrassing, but I actually met my current partner through VTubing. We only started dating recently, but if things continue, who knows? Maybe down the line, I might say that was by far the best thing to come out of VTubing. So you never know.
Wow, that's fantastic. I I would love to meet someone that way.
I will say I actually know of at least two other VTubers. Well, four other VTubers who have met their partners through VTubing as well.
It
So that's two pairs, two couples I know are all VTubers who met through VTubing.
I aside from you, I know at least one other person that met their significant other. Actually, technically,
Nice.
I know two because they're both VTubers, and
Yep.
I interviewed both of them.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna interview all of the people who are getting married who are and never me. I'm gonna turn
Okay.
into the VTuber equivalent of always the well, I don't want to be the What's the male equivalent? The groom,
uh, best man.
best man, always the best man and never the groom. I don't know.
I
I
don't know either.
whatever. Anyway, what makes you unique as a VTuber?
Let me just check my trees over here.
You know, you're being tongue in cheek about it, but I'll remind you that I'm basically doing the exact same thing as you.
Oh,
I'm
good
not.
job.
I don't remember this shit. I'm reading right off the prompter.
Well, actually, this leads into part of the stuff I wrote on this tree that I when I came here earlier. So one thing that I like to do is I like to just kind of be myself, which I guess also explains why I have no lore.
Mhm.
But I so actually, did you want to ask how I got into VTubing?
Uh, uh,
Do you,
did,
do you want
did
to go into that?
did I not ask that here? No, wait, hold on.
Um,
I said, what made you want to be a VTuber? Doesn't that count?
what did I say in response to that? Like, I
I
don't remember.
I don't remember either. I have a feeling that this is like, is this one of those cases where we find out we both have ADHD and we're basically, just stuck in the present forever?
It's like that. I can think of multiple movies like that. But hey, would you like to ask me about what made me become a
What,
VTuber?
Kuku, tell me, I must know what made you become a VTuber.
Well, um, well, Jinseki. Wait, how do I pronounce your name? Jinseki?
Yeah.
Well, Jinseki. That's something I probably should have asked before the interview. um, so one thing that got me into VTubing, it started with a friend. Actually, I think probably multiple friends who liked watching Pekora. So this was back in like 2020.
Mm-hmm.
This was back in 2020. Pekora, people were watching her. I started watching her. I was like, oh, I like this. And then I saw Korone and Okayu.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was one, like I was enjoying the streams, and then there was one clip in particular where Korone and Okayu were talking about, I think, kind of how they met and like how they get along.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really emotional and heartfelt clip for both of them. Like one of them, they were both streaming, and then one of them started talking about like how they met and their relationship with each other, and then people in the other one's chat started mentioning so and so was talking about this on the stream, and then they went into their feelings about it too, and like for me that was I think one of the first times I'd seen content creators or streamers be really candid and open like that and
Mm.
kind of just talking about how they feel, and something about that, like it just I really liked that. And so I too, like, now that I'm a VTuber, I also I like to just kind of be honest and open, be myself, be candid. The whole thing where, like, I think you were mentioning this as well, how we're just kind of like, you like to just roll with it,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be gaffes and mistakes, and you just kind of leave it in there. It gives like this authentic feel to it, I think,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and and it's ironic because we're we're these like models or PNGs, like you couldn't get any less real in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
compared to say a cam streamer or as they call them, flesh tubers.
Mm.
But yeah, and yet maybe it's partly because we have these models or PNGs that it makes it easier to be authentic and just be honest, because maybe it feels less like we're being judged.
Mm.
Or and also if people don't know who we are, then there's you can be honest and you don't have to worry about like someone calling your boss or your parents or something.
Yeah. It's very unusual because the anonymity offers you the ability to be honest. So it's
Hmm.
sort of like the visage of a V2. Oh my god, I just said visage. Uh, the
Visage.
the image of a VTuber kind of makes you think that this is a lie, but
Hmm.
within that lie, you have the ability to tell the truth.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's really cool. And of course, there's like a wide variety of, VTubers in the VTuber ecosystem, and I know there's some fantastic VTubers I think who play characters, and and when they're on stream, they are their character. They work in like outer space, and and they're certain number of years old. And I think that's really cool. I think that takes a lot of talent too. Um, of course, for me personally, I'm the just me, and I love that you can have kind of everything with VTubing and streaming and content creation. Hmm.
Nice.
So, I guess I also wanted to mention though why I wanted to become a VTuber. There's a lot of other benefits too. I don't have to get dressed. I don't have to dress up. Well, wait. Oh, I don't have to dress up or shave or worry about like my hair or anything like that. What do I have on my face?
Hmm.
You know, I People can't see me or they're not supposed to, so I can kind of just sit down here and talk, and that's nice. And I also don't have to worry about people, judging me for my IRL appearance. Although on that note, in my experience, the vast majority of VTubers are definitely attractive behind the model, or at least more
Yeah.
attractive than they think they are.
That's one of the weird little things that I didn't expect to happen. Is that in real life, most VTubers are actually pretty attractive, are
Hmm.
conventionally attractive, which I
Hmm.
was kind of like, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity in a way. I want to
I
hear.
guess there's some truth to that.
I want to hear from the ugly people. What do the ugly people have to say?
uh,
Oh no,
but
no. I'm just playing around.
yeah. Oh, and I also wanted to mention that I like the fact that as a VTuber, there's some anonymity, or
Hmm.
well, not for everyone, but I like that. And actually, that's maybe this is one of the future questions. I didn't read them all, but I don't really want to be like a big famous VTuber. Honestly,
Mm,
I don't want to have thousands or tens of thousands of people
mm.
judging me for anything that I say or do, or people trying to like dox my information, which I'm sure probably happens to all the larger VTubers, unfortunately.
Of course.
I like that I don't have to worry about, like I mentioned, if I say something people don't like, hopefully they're not gonna go to the effort to figuring out where I work or who my family or friends are in real life, and
Yeah.
making my life in real life bad because they didn't like something I said on the internet. And like it's people can be pretty crazy online. Sadly, they can get mad at you for doing nothing wrong. Or
Yes.
I think a common occurrence is somebody will become infatuated with a VTuber, and then
Mm.
once they find out the VTuber isn't interested in them in that way, uh, they can have a meltdown. I've had that happen to me before, even. Um, and I'm really glad I was okay. Actually, when that happened, so at the time, this person manipulated me and a lot of their friends
Mm.
into like feeling bad for them, giving them money, etc. And one of the things that I'm pretty sure is a lie is that they claimed that they were like professional doxer, like they were paid to do that. And at the time, I think it was a lie, but or no, now I think it was a lie, but at the time, I was terrified. Like this person now is having a meltdown, and they hate me. Um, so I actually went and like found a way to mass delete a lot of my Discord messages on some
Mm.
servers because like I was honestly terrified, and I didn't know like have I said something that this professional doxer can use to trace back to me and ruin my life. So that was pretty scary, and I know that I've seen I know that this happens to honestly, I think it happens to almost every content creator once you get
Hmm.
above a certain size, especially streaming. Like, because I think when you're streaming, you as a smaller creator, especially, you interact with people one on one a lot, and I think that makes it more likely people become attached or obsessed when they shouldn't.
Mm.
Like, I don't know if you ever should, but and so I I, I think everyone kind of knows that if you're a woman on the internet, this is gonna happen to you eventually.
Yeah.
But I've come to realize that for men too, it will happen. Hopefully it might not be as often as it happens to women, but it does happen to men too.
I don't.
Nobody likes it.
I think it's even broader than that. Honestly, like it's not even just a matter of the person gets the parasocial, a
Mm.
bad case of the parasocials. I mean,
Hmm.
just like scamming in general. I think that it's
Mm.
incredibly. Everybody thinks that they're above being scammed or above being tricked,
Hmm.
but we will hear people say something and just believe it at face value with no questions.
Yeah.
And we and there's not even a good reason that we believe them. They could say something crazy and most people will just automatically believe them. And what's more, if you try and say, "No, that's a lie," a significant portion of those people will say, "No, you're wrong. They're telling the truth," for no real
Mm.
reason.
Yeah.
And it's kind of incredible how easy it is to get tricked. Uh,
Hmm. Oh
and,
man.
and when you extend that to uh, the parasocial behaviors,
Oh yeah.
that's when it gets really frightening
Hmm.
because that's when you say, "Oh, well, they're a professional doxer," and you just kind of believe them.
Yeah. I
Or
believed a lot of outlandish stuff about this
yeah,
person. Just
yeah,
because they seemed like a friend, right? And we want to give our friends well, we want to give the people we think are our friends the
yes.
benefit of the doubt.
Yes,
Oh.
unfortunately, I have some personal experience with
Mm.
uh, the true nature of people being revealed.
Mm.
So
Hmm.
I
Same.
I get that. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
I think in a way that like on the upside, I guess, I think that for anybody listening to this, if you're, VTuber or creator or streamer, and you have this experience, trust me, almost every other creator slash streamer you talk to has also had this at least once and probably multiple times. So
I
you're definitely not alone. Don't feel bad that you got deceived. If you get scammed, don't feel bad. I
yeah,
think again, almost if not everybody has been scammed probably
yes.
multiple times, or deceived or whatever. It's the unfortunate reality, and honestly, in my experience, the people who most often get deceived or taken advantage of are also the kindest people. So
Hmm.
I don't know if that's a consolation, but if it happens to you, you're probably a pretty kind person at heart. So I don't know
I
if that's any consolation.
yeah, for what it's worth, I've certainly seen some of the nicest people I get. I Some of the nicest people I know get taken advantage of. It's
Mhm.
it, and I'll tell you what else. It makes all of their friends ravenously angry. it
Mhm. Oh,
makes
that's good.
it makes them like want to kill.
I know what you mean.
So if you take advantage of people, be very careful about taking advantage of a nice person
Mhm.
because they're not necessarily surrounded by nice people.
That's a good point. I like that.
So uh did I ask what did you want to accomplish through your channel? Did I ask that yet? I can't remember.
um, let me think. I know we got on this sort of tangent
Yeah.
slash question from.
W- yeah. Let me just ask you then. What do you hope to accomplish through your channel?
Oh, right. I didn't finish answering what makes me unique as a VTuber. I think
Oh,
that's
okay.
what got me onto this because one of the points that I wrote on this tree for that
That's
is
that's okay. Just roll with it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So as I wrote here, yeah, I think that's one of my unique things is both trying to be like authentic, but also um I don't tolerate generally disrespect,
Hmm.
which is a very broad class of things, but I think that's the best way to describe it.
Hmm.
Th- and as we were talking about, unfortunately, on that topic, I think there are a lot of usually newer YouTubers who oh gosh, it's like it's a lot. Like I there's so many times that I'll watch someone, I'll watch their stream or be in their Discord, and there's people who are disrespectful.
Hmm.
Not obviously there's we've all seen the creepy people, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be backseating,
Hmm.
it can be spoiling, or it can just be God. It's I've seen misogyny. Um, I've seen how do I put it? Like, okay, a lot of people, a lot of people. I don't think the people who I'm thinking of are going to ever watch this.
Hmm.
Or maybe they will and they won't know what I mean. But
Go
so
for it.
it's common. It is. There's kind of like two ways. Like if someone likes you or is infatuated with you, that tends to manifest in the two common ways.
Mm.
Either they'll be like super kind to you, and or they will tease you.
Mm.
And I see so much like it can be teasing or it can be like worse than that. It can just be straight up insulting. And there's always the people who are like they insult you and then they say aha JK or it's just a joke. Why you have to be mad?
Mm.
And like where was I going with this? I don't like it. Like I won't tolerate that myself. Like it's one thing if it's an actual friend that you've known for a long time and you have that kind of dynamic. That's one thing.
Hmm.
But honestly, like I've seen so many cases where it's like, okay, these two people are supposed to be friends, but I don't think that this person is interested in them as just a friend or only wants to be their friend. And
Mm.
it's really transparent. You can see it like everywhere,
Mm.
sadly. Um, and yeah, and I'll just see like so yeah, so there's disrespect in that kind of like teasing way slash being insulting way. And again, I think some people can have that dynamic with their friends, and that's fine. But
Mm.
a lot of the time, like I'll see it, and it just feels cruel a lot of the time. Um,
Mm.
and like and again I don't think that a lot of the time like this person these people I'm thinking of just have creepy behavior. Like
I
it's
think
it's not real friend behavior.
I think it's kind of unfortunate because I feel like a lot of those people aren't really trying to be bad or malicious in any way.
Hmm.
It's just that they're not socially conditioned. And
Yeah.
and the thing is that we're on the internet. There's a lot of people here who aren't socially conditioned.
Hmm.
So you see a high degree of that, particularly
Hmm.
online. And it's
Yeah.
just like if your behavior isn't tolerable, but also you don't necessarily know what you're doing,
Mm.
and so it's
Yeah.
it's kind of like yeah, just don't do that, and you just kind of have to
Hmm.
say no to them. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes no is all it takes. Like cut that out, and they'll stop because it's pretty obvious.
Hmm.
But sometimes they just keep doing it forever and ever, and then they eventually get
Oh,
banned.
I hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of tangent to speak about this topic. I don't know how deep you want me to go into it, but I think
Go
that
where you like with it.
thanks. So I think this might have been one of the other questions. I think there's a question like, what do you want people to
Don't
learn?
worry about the other questions. Whatever pops up in your mind.
Hmm. So yeah, like you're saying, so as I was saying, like I see this happen all the time, and I think that every streamer is going to have their reasons why they let it go on. Whether it's someone being creepy or someone being disrespectful, or someone to my eye who wants to date the VTuber, and like it might be I might think they do for one or more red flags that I'm seeing. But I think a lot of times the target of this is not going to know that. I think a lot of people probably especially if like you're either younger or less experienced with like YouTubing and streaming. Um, I don't think I think a lot of people don't realize when someone is being disrespectful, or creepy, or or weird, or has feelings for them, etc. Um, uh, and I should also mention that I think like it's fine to have feelings for people. It's fine to find someone attractive on the internet, and
Mm.
like it's completely normal. Even like even people who are in relationships, I think it's normal for them to like you'll see some attractive person or character, and you'll get that feeling, and that's normal. Now, what you do with that feeling, however, is like that's under your control, I'd hope. And
Yeah.
that's what makes it, okay or not. So anyway, that said, I think a lot of people just don't realize it, or they want to give the benefit of the doubt. And again, this is especially like kind people, right? If you're kind, you tend to project that on other people, so you
Mhm.
interpret their behavior as, oh, well, they're just being kind to me, or that they're just, this is how I treat my friends, so that this is just them being kind in a friendly way.
Yeah.
Or yeah, they said something mean or rude, but they said it was a joke, and it's just a joke. I don't have to, it's fine. Um, and yeah, so I think that's one of the reasons that you see this in a lot of communities. Um, but I think another thing that I often hear or see is, especially if you're a smaller creator, you might think, well, I don't like this person in my chat. I don't like when they like maybe they backseat me a lot, or they um actually I was just talking about this to somebody else
Mhm.
recently. That maybe they're critical of me,
Mhm.
and or backseating, or they spoil things, or God, I hate it when people are like, I don't spoil things. Oh, this is my favorite part. Oh my God, I love this part that's coming
Oh.
up. Oh my God.
Oh
So
god.
like, so you could have that. Um, and then they think, well, I don't like this, but if I ban them, then maybe I have less viewers. Maybe they're my only viewers sometimes. Maybe they're my only regular right now. And if I ban them, like I don't have anybody to talk to. And so I want to say that, in short, I think you can and should ban anybody who makes you feel uncomfortable or just unhappy during your stream.
Mm.
Just get rid of them. Just eat them. I mean, you can, like you said, you can say no. You can tell them to stop. You can warn them. You can time them out. But if you do that and then they do it again, just ban them. Like
Mm.
it might, when you're small, it might feel like that's a big percentage of your community or your regulars. Um, but like, number one, you're going to get more viewers. And number two, you're going to get better viewers if you don't have people like that in your stream.
Mm.
So, like, personally, if I'm watching a stream and they allow backseating or spoilers, like I've seen streams where a couple people in chat are basically telling the streamer how to play the whole game.
Mm.
And like, I'm not here to watch them play, right? I'm here to watch the streamer. So like I dislike that. Or I'll see again. I've seen many chats with people being disrespectful or weird.
Mhm.
God,
Yeah.
I was in a chat recently and someone was like, "Oh, I wish I could just sit on your lap and have you pat my hair and call me a nice person." And I'm like, "What the?" Like this is not like a lewd tuber at all. This is like there's absolutely nothing like there's no
Hey,
reason for
Cuckoo,
someone to
Cuckoo,
say that.
can I see your feet?
Oh, I've seen that. Oh God. Or you know what?
Why
I saw
is it
one guy.
always the feet? Why is it always
So
feet? Anyway.
actually, apparently in the brain, like something about the foot is close to other areas of the brain related to attraction, something like that. So apparently it's like the most common fetish, and like physically and biologically, there's a reason for that. Well, you asked.
Oh god.
But yeah, so like oh God, as another example, this guy told a VTuber, well, first he was like saying like I kiss you or something like that in chat, like really cringe. And then when the VTuber asked them to stop, they said, "Oh no, no, in my country it's totally normal to kiss your friends and to kiss strangers."
Well,
Like
well, it ain't normal
oh,
here.
oh man, it was bad. Anyway, like I've seen all this stuff happen, right? And hopefully these people get banned or told off and they stop. But if it keeps going, like if a streamer allows this to happen, I'm not going to want to watch that stream
Mm.
either because I don't like the person or I don't like seeing the streamer feel uncomfortable or seeing a streamer get disrespected, insulted, treated like poorly, misogynistically, etc. Like I don't
Mhm.
want to see someone get treated like that. And if like I'm watching streams, usually to relax or have fun or have a cozy time.
Mm.
And I'm not getting that if the streamer feels uncomfortable or is being disrespected,
Mm.
or if someone in the chat is a jerk to people. Like, so as a streamer, right? If someone's doing this in your chat, just get rid of them, because
Mm.
if you keep them around, you're only going to attract more people like that, or you're going to attract people who just don't care about you,
Mm.
and they're fine with this. They're fine watching you be disrespected because they don't care. They just like, ooh, pretty streamer. I she makes my neurons fire, or whatever reason they have, right?
Mhm.
So like, yeah, you will actively lose the people who would be the best members of your community if you keep around the people who are the worst members. And like your whole community will just slowly start to drift that way over time, unfortunately. So yeah, TLDR, don't you never have to tolerate this. You It might feel like you're you're losing a big part of your audience now, but trust me, it will get better. People grow, and it's going to get better in a good direction, because you're going to be able to keep the viewers who actually like respect you and want to see you enjoying yourself and aren't going to be douchebags in the chat, right? And to use an example, the if you know the streamer Girl DM, uh, like I know at some point, maybe even right now, if you backseat in her chat, you get banned, or unless you pay for 5 gift subs, or if you
Mhm.
spoil something, you get banned, or unless you pay for 5 gift subs. Like there's no tolerance for that, and I think that's good. So I like to use that as an example of how people don't need to let people get away with that in their
Yeah.
streams. Like you can be successful without having to tolerate people like that.
Nice. So, what do you hope to accomplish through your channel?
um, um, hmm. Well, I in addition to, I guess, educating people on stuff like that. Also, this is the
Mhm.
part where I haven't written anything else down, so I don't have any reason to check the trees anymore. Um, hmm. I think I just I like making content that I guess makes people laugh or have a good time, be comfy, smile, etc. I
Nice.
don't, like I said before, I don't have any plans to become a big VTuber. In fact, I'd be worried if I got too big, because, you
Yeah.
meet more crazy people that way, unfortunately. And I have so much respect, by the way, for people who are larger and have to deal with that. Um, yeah, it's a lot of work. I think people sometimes get jealous, like, oh, they make X amount of money in
I,
subscriptions and donations and stuff, but like it's real work. And
I am
yeah.
in no way jealous of
Mm.
big VTubers, because every time
Mhm.
I hear about big VTubers, it's always just another scandal or drama, and it's never even like good drama. It's like, well, she said this thing,
Mhm.
and she said this thing,
Oh,
and DMs, and there's a Google Doc with a bunch of
not the
shit in
Google
it,
Docky. Not the Docky.
and it's
Oh.
just it's like it's high school. It's just all high
Mhm.
school, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't want to deal with that. I don't even want to
Yeah.
listen to that. I don't care about any of this.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely feel that. But yeah, I think that obviously occasionally you get like a really bad situation where the Google Doc is warranted, but
Yeah.
I can't speak to how often this happens, because I don't use Twitter or X anymore,
Mm.
and on Blue Sky I'm only just following people I know, pretty much. So
Mm-hmm.
like I never pretty much see drama like this anymore. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can totally see, like I do remember seeing lots of conflicts, or I'll see a YouTube video like, oh, check out this video about some drama, and like 5 minutes in I'm just thinking, who cares? Like this why do people care about this? It doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
actually this gets into
How
something else I wrote, but like people make mistakes. Like
yeah.
it's normal for people to make mistakes.
And
And oh yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, if all of your drama can be boiled down to she was mean to people, then you don't have drama at all.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, like I think, oh, actually, this can answer your question as well. I think that one thing I like to do is, like, if I play a competitive game,
Mm-hmm.
like Overwatch, I try to remind myself, like I almost never play competitive games anymore, because I find that people like forget that the other people in this game are humans, especially your opponents, your teammates, if you have any, your opponents. These are all humans. They're all people.
Mm-hmm.
And you shouldn't be just insulting people, right? Like you probably wouldn't. I hope you wouldn't insult them if you were playing with them in person.
Mm.
Um, and not only that, but we're all human. We all make mistakes. Like person who's like I'll often see someone complaining about their teammates on Overwatch, but it's like you're not you're not a professional player. You're probably in like the average rank or whatever. You make mistakes all the time,
Mm.
and that's fine. Like your teammates make mistakes, you make mistakes. The opponents are going to make mistakes too. Even in pro level, I've seen like just completely like I've seen people mess up and press the wrong key. Like, oh, there goes their ultimate, and now now they're going to lose the next fight and maybe even the whole like series because somebody hit the wrong key at the wrong time by accident. Like it happens to
Mm.
everybody, and so I think it's important like to I don't think people should insult each other over because of a mistake, right?
Mm.
Obviously, if someone's intentionally trolling, that's different. But for the most part, I think people they're trying, right?
Mm.
And I don't like how people get like mad over that or insult people over that or call them names, even if they can't hear it, right? Even if it's just on stream, it's like, oh look, we have like this NPC on our tank. That's why we're gonna lose. Like I can't watch that anymore.
Mm.
I'm sorry if anybody watches this and you do that in your Overwatch streams and you don't see me in your streams anymore. Um, yeah, I have to be honest. Like I can't watch it anymore. And I know that like for a lot of you, you watching my stream who plays Overwatch or League or something, like I know that you probably don't mean to be insulting or mean to somebody. Like you probably wouldn't say that to their face or anything, but even still, like I don't want that energy. I want to number one, I don't want that energy. Like I want to watch the stream to enjoy myself, right? But also number two, I maybe this is everybody or just me, but I can be really influenced by the content that I watch and the people that I talk to. So if I'm always around people who treat their teammates or the other people in the game that way, it starts to rub off on me, and I start to think that way too, even if I don't want to. So it's all these reasons that I don't want to watch that kind of content anymore.
Mm.
And I think that that also goes for all this drama. Like people are people. Like I hate to use an example. I feel like somebody is gonna
Mm.
want to cancel me for this, but like I've seen cases where it's like, oh, you know what? I think okay. In particular, I'm thinking because I want to say a particular because I know there's gonna be cases where someone really did something awful. Um, and to be honest, I don't know all the details on this. So
Yeah.
if someone wants to correct me and be like, oh well, actually,
I
this
won't
person's
be
terrible.
able. I'll tell you right now, I won't be able to correct you because I just ignored it altogether. I guarantee you.
Hmm. Yeah, you honestly like you can't go wrong with that. Actually, to tangent on that, like even in the cases where it's like, oh, this YouTuber is actually a terrible person, or this VTuber is a terrible person, I've never watched them before in my life, and frankly, like I probably would never want to watch their content anyway. Like they're
Mm.
probably just some obnoxious content creator, so it doesn't affect me. Um,
Mm.
but anyway, so a case that I remember is Game Grumps,
Yes.
and there's like this Aaron, and then there's Danny. Yeah.
I've never watched it. I know what it
Oh,
is.
okay, yeah. So there's Danny. He also does like the Ninja Sex Party band and all that. They have some
Oh,
good
okay.
songs. Yeah,
I've seen. I know. I've seen a few of their songs. Yeah.
yeah. So I again I don't know all the details. I only know a little bit about this, and so my impression is that I think a girl or a woman was trying to cancel him over something that happened. Like I think they dated,
Mm.
and she wanted to cancel him for it. And from my understanding, it kind of seems like okay, maybe he was a dick to her, or maybe he ghosted her or something. But that's it. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, and now that I think about it more, it's like I don't know anything about this person making these claims, and I kind of realize that there's people that you really do just ghost sometimes because they're just not good people.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I don't, I with friends, I would not want to ghost someone. I'd want to like try to at least hear them out, right, or talk it over, or give them a reason, right?
Mm.
But if it's just somebody like there's definitely cases where you kind of just have to ghost people because
Mm.
talking to them is just going to make things worse. They're just going to yell and stuff. So, and again, like even if he did something that he shouldn't have done, it sounded like again it was just maybe he was just kind of a dick. And I think this also happened like 5+ years ago or something. So it's like, it's a total, like, for me, like, I don't care. The thing, they say like you never want to meet your heroes,
Hmm.
but part of that I think is that nobody's perfect. Like, yeah, everybody has done something, many things wrong, right?
Mm.
Not just in Overwatch games. And so I, it's like, yeah, a lot of the drama I think is stuff like that, where it's just it doesn't, not only does it not affect me, but it's not a big deal. Like, people are human, and they could have just talked something like that out, and maybe they tried to talk it out. I don't know, but yeah, I get the impression that a lot of drama, unfortunately, is like that. And that's not to say that there's definitely the other side of the coin. There's definitely people who I think should be making the Google Docies, but don't.
Hmm.
Like, because unfortunately, and I don't want to go into too much detail about this, but there are people where, like when something really bad happens to somebody, a lot of people, especially like kinder people, don't want to talk about it. They just, like, because it's painful. It's painful to think about, what somebody did to you, or maybe even blaming yourself and thinking like, how could I have put myself in that situation?
Mm.
Or maybe they blame themselves for not talking about it sooner and not making the Google Docu when it happened. There's so many things that, like, negative emotions that can surround an event like this. Uh, and this can be like, there's many different levels of severity of what could happen to a person to lead to this. But I think it's normal for people, and I think, again, people shouldn't feel bad if you think like, oh, I wish I'd made the Google Doc. I wish I'd told people about this when it happened. Like, that's a normal part of being human too. That's a mistake that lots of people make, unfortunately, and not to, don't beat yourself up over it. But yeah, like, I do think that there's times when the Google Docs can and should be made. Um, but obviously we're talking about the drama that is just like pointless, the high school stuff, as you say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, uh, what would you talk about with your favorite VTuber?
um who is my favorite VTuber? um is this like if I was in a collab, or if I met them, in person, kind of thing?
Whichever way, whichever way you want it. Take it in whichever
hmm.
direction you like.
Hmm. Well, that's part of the problem, is I don't really know who my favorite VTuber would be,
Well,
but
who? Well,
I
yeah. Let's start with that. Who's your favorite VTuber?
hmm I don't know. I don't think I have an Oshi, which is ironic because I was at Oshi Fleet.
So,
And then
who?
there
Okay, then
you,
how about just name a few that you like then.
hmm. um a lot of my friends are VTubers. I like them. But we kind of talk a bunch already.
Yeah.
Um I don't know. I think that probably if I met VTubers in person, whether it's friends or maybe someone that I don't really know but I watch,
Hmm.
I'd probably talk to them about some of the stuff that we talked about, like the disrespectful people,
Yeah.
because I know everyone's got stories about that, or like
Oh
the
yeah.
creepy people, the drama, etc. Definitely, I think we would have a like a catharsis kind of moment. Like, yeah, we're all tired of these things. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that, but I'd probably also talk about. Wait, is there anything else I would talk? Okay, surely I would also have positive things to talk about, not just that. um, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I might just ask them, well, what got you into VTuber again?
Yeah.
And I mean, now I have this big list of questions I can talk to if I meet a VTuber in person.
So, okay then.
Mhm.
What might you see a VTuber doing that would make you instantly want to start watching them?
Hmm. Like on stream? Well,
Yeah, you are recommended something on a person on Twitch. You
hmm.
click on them, and you're like, I need to keep watching. This is amazing.
Ooh, ooh. If they're playing a game that I really like, that's a big plus. Especially if it's a game that I don't see people play often, that's a big plus.
Hmm.
I think that generally, if they're just like a kind person, ooh, the more authentic they come off as, that's what I prefer. Yeah, again, I have a huge amount of respect and admiration for people who can play a character, and I know some people who they're kind of in the middle where they'll talk about real life as if they like live in another reality, but which sounds weird, but like I think that's fine, but like if they're the kind of person who I guess this isn't just VTubers, but people in general. I like it when people are th- there's this vibe of someone where that you can kind of tell that they're speaking what they feel, like
Hmm.
they're authentic, they just kind of say what comes to their mind. Then maybe they don't think about it too much or don't filter it too much. And yeah, that's the kind of vibe I really like. There's been a lot of VTubers I've seen where their vibe it kind of feels like, and again, this doesn't have anything to do with lore or playing a character, because I think like
Yeah.
if you look at the Hololive, like Picora, for example, she's in a way she's playing a character, but she always like she gives me this authentic feeling,
Mm.
where it's like it's basically just her being herself, probably played up a little bit in some directions for entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and conversely, I don't really get along with people where it feels like I don't know, they just the the things that they say or the way that they act. I can't really put it into words, but there's various
It.
tells maybe
Yeah.
where it just doesn't
It's
feel authentic.
fake behavior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to say psychopath or sociopath, but
No, no, but I understand why you make the connection, even though it's I would agree it's probably a strong like it's what's the term, kayfabe is
Hmm.
thrown around a lot in terms of people who are just playing a character
Hmm.
that's like in wrestling, you know.
Oh. This is a really good topic. I was daydreaming about this exact topic. I don't remember who I was talking to in this daydream, but I was like, I had this epiphany. All right,
Yes,
this is something else I think I want to say about kayfabe, right? So
go for it.
you always hear people say things like, well, I always thought that streamer, I always thought they were a douchebag because it was a character, and then they make the comparison to wrestling and kayfabe, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, so I find that pretty much every time I see a streamer or a VTuber who just acts like a dick, or they say a heel in wrestling, right? That's just who they are. Like, and I think the reason it's so often the case. So if you look at wrestling or acting, like movies, um, you're playing a character,
Mm.
obviously, but you're only playing a character for like that one episode, or if
Yeah.
you're filming a movie, you're only playing a character in working hours, like it's your job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you compare that to a streamer, you're like you're streaming a lot. Like you're making a lot of content. You have to be this person a lot. And I like personally, I couldn't like I like to think that I could be like a good actor if I tried, if I really tried, but I just can't see myself wanting to be a dick to people on
It's
like all the time on stream.
it reminds me. I heard recently that the actor Robert Pattinson, the
Hmm.
who I will forever know as the vampire guy, but occasionally he pops up in the news and he says something that's really interesting and eerily accurate. And one of the
Hmm.
things he talked about was method acting, and he
Hmm.
basically said that I've never seen anyone who did method acting who wasn't basically just using it as an excuse to be a massive dick.
I think I've heard something like that actually.
Yeah,
Huh.
because the method actors, that's all they ever do. They show up and they act like a massive dick. It's never in the
Huh.
opposite direction. It's never, oh, he was method acting and was totally nice. Oh, he was method
Interesting.
acting to play Mr. Rogers. It doesn't happen.
Or it does, but just nobody talks about it because it's like, oh, I like this person.
That's a fair
Maybe
point.
that's just who they are. Oh, actually, there is an analog to that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's I don't want to say psychopath, but yeah, it's when somebody is like doing things like manipulating or love bombing, or again, like going back to when somebody's infatuated with someone, or if somebody wants something from you, whether it's a romantic thing or money or whatever, or maybe on fame, uh, people will treat you really nicely when they want something from you, or slash are infatuated with you, and I guess it is kind of like method acting in a way. That's not who they really are. And people will usually say, like, the worst case, somebody marries somebody, and then they'll say, well, the mask fell off as soon as we got married or had a kid or whatever, and now they're like a jerk to them.
Yeah.
And yeah, unfortunately, that seems to be really common. But even if it hopefully doesn't get as extreme as marriage, like, there's so many people who are like manipulative. It's happened to me, honestly,
Mm.
embarrassingly. But I also, I don't think people should feel embarrassed if you get manipulated. Like I said before, that it happens to all of us because we're human.
Oh
But yeah,
yes.
it's unfortunately like common. So I guess that's the analog of the method actor who's just wants to use it as an excuse to be a bad person. Yeah. I think the same thing applies when someone says, "Oh, I was just joking," when they, if they say
Yeah.
something insulting, right? I I can't think of yeah, no, I don't think I've ever met a person who would make mean jokes and didn't mean them. Like, on some level, it's yeah, they just use that as an excuse,
Mm.
unfortunately.
So, uh, what advice would you give to someone who wants to be an entertainer?
In addition to everything else that we've been talking about, I guess I have the usual VTuber advice. Like, if you want to be a VTuber specifically, try to find things that you can get for free, like free resources. There's lots of free models, free PNGs. Again, you do have to check the license. You should make sure the license lets you do the things you're going to do, like streaming and
Mm.
video creation and monetization. Because if you're like, as soon as you become an affiliate on Twitch, for example, you are making money from streaming.
Mm.
So you should make sure your license lets you do that. Um, but yeah, like, start with things that are cheap. Start small, try it out, and see if you like it or not. Because I've seen more than a few people who stop suddenly while VTubing. Again, usually because of the people who are creepy or disrespectful. But
Mm.
anyway, yeah, like, definitely try it out. Like, it's not for everybody, but also give it a try because maybe it will be for you.
Mm.
You staring at the camera. So, in addition to all the other advice, and curating your space, because I believe that your stream and your Discord server, that should be your safe space. And
Mm.
if there's anyone making your stream or your Discord server not feel like a safe, comfy space for you, tell them to stop and or ban them. And if they don't stop after one warning, ban them. um, I will say that it's normal, especially for like teens. I don't know what the minimum age is, like 16 for Discord or something, but like, that's still pretty young. And people that age are gonna make mistakes. They're gonna be a dick to people. That's they're gonna. It's hard to have good empathy skills at that age, right?
Yeah.
You might feel bad. A person might feel bad, like, well, what if this person's just, that's just how they've been. That's just how they were raised, how their high school friends are, etc. Right? Well, you can give them chances depending on how bad their offenses were.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, if somebody makes you feel uncomfortable or says something that offends you or just makes you mad or whatever, um, just ban them. And like, they might come crawling back to you begging to be unbanned. Just block them. Like, you're not their parent,
Mm.
and your stream and your Discord is not a public space. You don't need to. Try not to go off on a tangent here. Yeah, you're not their parent. You don't have to teach them to be a better person. You
Mm.
don't have to. You can forgive them, but you don't have to let this person back into your life after they've like said something you didn't like. Just, there's infinitely many other VTubers and creators and whatnot out there. Let this person go and find a different VTuber, and then maybe they've learned from their experience with you, or maybe they haven't. Either way, you don't owe it to give them another chance. Just let them, ban them. They can find they will find somebody else. Hopefully they'll learn and improve as a person sooner or later. But just don't worry about that. Just ban them and focus on yourself and making sure that you are enjoying your streams and enjoying your Discord.
Nice.
What was the question? What am I answering?
What advice would you give to someone who wants to be an
Oh,
entertainer?
yes, yeah. That's what was the other thing I was gonna say? Um, oh yeah, right. When you write your rules section, uh, you, again, you're not like this isn't like a public court of law. You can ban people for any reason just because you want to, because it's your Discord server and it's your stream. It doesn't matter if they. You don't have to have an explicit rule against it. If they do something that you don't like, you don't even have to warn them. You can just eat them. But or you can warn them one time, whatever, right? It's and if anyone ever talks back to you and says, "Well, it's not in your rules," I'll ban them. Instant ban. That is like that's an example of disrespect. Actually, there's another thing I want to mention that I think is important is that there's a big difference between somebody liking you and respecting you. A lot of people will like you or even love you um, for various reasons, but they won't respect you.
Mm.
And I think it can. This probably isn't the time. I don't know. I haven't rehearsed how to describe the difference between it. It's kind of something that I have more of a gut feeling for. Like when somebody doesn't respect me, I can, or somebody else, I can kind of feel it. But like I was saying earlier in the stream, if they're insulting, for example, or if they don't like you're the streamer, right? Your rule is final, and if they don't respect that, they don't respect you. Or if they tell you, well, you should use the shotgun here, it's a better weapon. they don't respect they don't respect you. Like there's so many ways that people don't respect you, but they'll like you. A lot of them will like you. They'll be nice to you. Um, but again, someone being nice to you or liking you doesn't mean they respect you. It's a completely different thing.
Mm.
And a quote that I've heard that I think is really good is that it's better to be respected than liked.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's yeah. That's my advice. Oh, actually, one more thing.
Yep.
I hate to say this, but so one thing that I should do is I need to update my rules section on my stream. Now, I just said that you can ban people for any reason. There doesn't have to be a rule against it, and I
Yep.
will. Um, Personally, so like I never bothered to put no hate speech as a rule in my stream page. At the time, I thought, well, number one, somebody who's going to say something offensive or hateful, they might just do it anyway. Like they're not going to care if there's a rule about it.
Mm.
Or number two, I kind of would rather they just get it out of the way. Like, yeah, say your offensive thing, I'll ban you, and I won't have to deal with you, and I won't have to deal with the ambiguity of like, okay, is this person actually like a bad person? Should I ban them? I kind of don't like some of the things they're saying, but I don't really
Mm.
know if they're a bad person or not. Yeah, I kind of rather they just say the stupid thing and get banned right away. And so that was kind of like my reasoning for why I didn't bother writing that in my rules.
Mm.
But I've noticed that when I look for new streamers, I'll check the rules, and I'd started to notice that the people who didn't have anything in the rules section about being anti-hate speech, like anti-racism,
Mm.
anti-transphobia,
Yes.
etc. Now, these people didn't necessarily turn out to be to have hate speech themselves, but for a variety of reasons, I would just, for one reason or another, I just wouldn't vibe with them.
Mm.
Now, that said, there's a lot of people who do have that in their rules, and they're also not good people either. That happens often too.
Mm.
But personally, I'm starting to think that I should put that in my rules because I've noticed uh, it's. And again, I do have friends who don't have that explicitly in their rules, but I know that they would never tolerate that kind of speech. So
Mm.
you don't have to, but something I think people should think about because I've definitely been thinking about that. Anyway, yeah, you can go to the next question. I
Okay.
have so much advice.
Oh, that's fine. Uh, what was goodness? What was the first anime that you feel really connected with you?
Hmm. Trying to think.
And I phrase it
Hmm.
that way because I don't want to say what was the first anime you ever watched because to that it's all just Pokemon.
Actually, for me, I'm pretty old. My my this is gonna age me so bad. But my first anime that I think I saw was Samurai Pizza Cats,
Mm-hmm.
which is like,
I
which is
I
funny. Oh, you
I
know it?
I'm sorry. I have a friend who loves Samurai Pizza.
Nice. Good taste.
He doesn't like anime, but then he's like, does Samurai Pizza Cats count as anime?
Funny story about that anime. Number one, when the Japanese anime is like completely different tone from the English
Mm,
dub, and part of that reason is that they didn't give them the scripts for the
yep,
yeah, like I think they just gave them the episodes, right, with the audio track, but no script.
yep.
So it's like when the translators and dubbers got this, they're like, well, either we struggle to translate this based on just what we're hearing, or we just make up the scripts for these episodes based on what we're seeing. And they went with the latter. And the anime is so much better. I think the dub is so much better because of it. But also a fun fact: when they sang the theme song, the intro song for that, the lead singer was drunk. He did the whole thing drunk. There's one part where he just like repeated a word by accident, and then you can like hear him laughing in the background of the song. They kept it all in. They just kept the whole thing in one take, and it's glorious to hear
Oh,
it.
that's great. I
um,
love hearing stories about that because, like, man,
mhm.
just if you were like before a certain year, just any dub you heard was just totally made up.
Oh,
Oh, it's
nice.
beautiful.
Hmm.
Okay, which anime had a theme song that made you want to watch the show?
Ooh, oh, you tell I didn't get this far in the questions. I don't know. Actually, Don to Don was has a really good theme song.
It is excellent.
Yeah.
Don Da Don's theme song was so good that I watched other theme songs by the same band, and it made me want to watch that show.
Cool.
I watched
Huh.
what was the other one? Mashal. I watched Mashal because of
Hmm.
that thing.
Interesting. Huh. If you have any anime recommendations, you can hit me up after the after
Yeah.
the interview.
Well,
Be
have you
Why have I
seen
heard that?
Mashal?
I've heard of it before. I think somebody
It's
recommended it to me.
it's pretty good. The way that I would describe it is it's a combination of One Punch Man and Harry Potter.
Hmm. Interesting. That does sound
The
pretty good.
the premise is that there's a world of magic, and basically if you don't have magic, that puts you in the lower class. And
Oh.
there's one kid who has magic, or who doesn't have any magic
Hmm.
at all, but because of that they trained him to be like the strongest person alive. And so he
Ooh.
basically outcompetes people using brute strength.
Ooh.
It's
I've seen
pretty
quite a
good.
few shows like that. That sounds pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hmm.
Okay, so if you could go to an anime convention tomorrow, whom would you cosplay as?
Isn't there an anime convention tomorrow right now?
I've heard
Isn't
about.
Anime North this weekend?
I,
Hold
I
on.
don't know. I mean, I've just become so like embroiled with the conventions. It feels like I'm going to one all the time these days. Uh,
uh, yeah, Anime North is May 22nd to 24th.
it is that season.
Mhm. Well, if I could go to, actually, I have a pretty boring answer for this because I did sort of cosplay when I went to Oshi Uplink, and I'd probably do it again. So,
Yeah.
I really liked Xenogears. I
Mm-hmm.
actually haven't played the other Xeno games. I'm kind of a fake fan, but I really like Xenogears, and so I have like, since you've seen me in real life, I have pretty long black hair.
Yes.
Uh, so I was like, hey, here's a character from a video game I liked, and I can actually cosplay him probably, like, because I've never cosplayed even actually before Oshi Uplink,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and so I was like, well, let's give it a try because I mean I have this long hair, might as well use it for something. Um, and then the outfit, like his outfit's pretty simple. I actually went like really budget. I just kind of bought clothes that had like the same colors on them. So
Nice.
it was a very basic cosplay, but I had a lot of fun doing it. I think only my friend who uh, she also played Xenogears and the whole Xeno Saga trilogy, played, etc. So she did ask like, "Wait, are you supposed to be Faye?" So at least there was one person who knew who I was cosplaying as. And I considering how like budget it was, I consider that a win. But yeah, I
Mm,
think I would cosplay Faye again. It was fun. But I will say, I got the advice: get a wig. don't
yes.
don't try to make a hoge or a cowlick with your own hair. Just get a wig. Attach a wig part. Also, don't dye your don't dye your real hair. Get a wig.
I gotta
It's a lot easier.
I gotta figure out who did people go to style wigs. There's got to
Huh?
be like someone out there who does like wig styling. I don't know anything. Uh,
Barbers? I don't know. Yeah, don't
no,
ask
no,
me.
there's gotta
Ask a
like
cosplayer.
yeah, no, I imagine there are because I mean it's not like you can go to any barber and ask for an anime haircut and get something that looks good. It's probably there's probably someone who specializes in that sort of thing out there. I just have no idea who they'd be.
This is a good question, actually. Huh.
Yeah. So, would you rather go to an enormous convention or a smaller one?
Hmm. I think I'm leaning towards smaller.
Hmm.
I've always just kind of enjoyed like smaller workplaces, smaller conventions, because I feel like it feels like a more personal kind of experience.
Hmm.
Hmm. So I'm leaning towards smaller, but then
Hmm.
I think that when I went to Oshi Uplink, I realized I don't actually know a lot of the VTubers that are there. I knew like Densetsu,
Yeah.
and I knew obviously my friend who was there. Um, and I was like, yeah, that's it. I know like I
That
don't know
was
anybody.
that was the weird thing because when I first heard about Oshi Uplink and
Hmm.
really before that I mean I heard about Offkai and then I was like, wow, I like VTubers. I want to see that. And then Oshi Uplink and I'm like, oh well, that I can travel to that because I had to fly there.
Hmm.
Um, and my thought was, after I'd signed up for it, I was like, okay, well, wait a second. An anime convention, you have sort of a unifying theme. People have generally seen a lot of the main shows within the anime space.
Hmm.
You at the very least you
Hmm.
can list out certain shows and people will know about them if they haven't seen them. But with
Oh.
VTubing, there's a billion VTubers and no
Yeah.
one's heard of
Huh.
anyone. How the
That's a
hell?
really good point.
Yeah, how the hell are you going? There's the unifying theme is so very loose compared to an anime convention. How do you really hold something like that? And from what I gathered, from what I saw at Oshi Uplink, it was kind of like people are just kind of going with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know who this is. I've never heard of them before in my life, but I'm going to be in the front row with the light sticks going crazy.
Yeah, that was kind of what I ended up doing after a while. Like, it took me a long time to get the cosplay looking okay in the first place, and then like having breakfast and lunch. So I
Yeah.
got into the convention around 1 p.m. on the first day. Definitely not a professional cosplayer here, but yeah, at some point I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to these panels and maybe I'll enjoy them. And actually, I really enjoyed all the panels I went to. That was
Yes.
so yeah. And in retrospect, I wish I'd talked to more people because like I got to meet you there, and I met
Absolutely.
Venus, and I met oh shoot, what was his name? Edit his name here. I also met him, and and I follow him on Twitch now. But so yeah, you were all really cool people, and
Oh,
it made me wish that
was
I
it the
talked to more people.
was it the person that you met with me around?
Yes,
Was
it
it
was.
Pengu?
Yes,
I'll be
Tengu
yes.
VT. Yeah,
Yes,
and then I was like, oh, wait.
I'll be interviewing him tomorrow actually.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You, yes. So you can edit his name into earlier, right? Tengu VT. There,
No.
you can edit that. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
no.
I wish I had talked to more people there that I didn't know, which was basically everybody.
Hmm.
Because yeah, there I'm sure there were a lot of cool people there, cool friends. I got some
Yes.
help from some people because I didn't know how to use the light pen. And yeah, it would have been really cool to meet more people, I think, there. Hmm.
Absolutely. So,
So yeah.
sorry. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. But I guess if it was a larger convention,
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe people would be too busy at a larger convention.
Well,
Yeah, you know
what
what? I
would you
don't know an answer
consider?
for this.
What would you consider Oshi Uplink in terms of large or
Smaller.
small?
Small.
Small. Okay,
Very
just checking.
small.
Just
Yeah.
checking. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I went to Anime NYC, and I'll tell you that was enormous. That was like
Huge.
that was enormous. That
Huh.
was unbearably large.
Actually, I guess there is an advantage, yeah, to going to something larger. Like,
Mm.
I know of there's a convention. Do you know Alberta, Canada?
Uh, I mean,
Or
yes,
are you,
I
okay,
know of
yeah,
I know of the place. I've never been there.
yeah, me neither. But yeah, I actually know many more VTubers from there and like that part of Canada than Ontario and Toronto. But
Mm.
yeah, I thought about like I guess I could fly because they have a convention, Otaku-con or something. And I've thought about flying there because it's like, wow, I can meet all these people I only know on the internet. Because well, if they actually go to it, I don't know if they would or not. But so I guess that is an advantage of a bigger play convention is you can meet up with more of your friends online and stuff. But at the same time, if it's a smaller place, you kind of get forced to meet new people and make new friends. So I'm glad that I went to Oshi Uplink. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It was a lot of fun. I will just point this other thing out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't prove this with numbers, but it was more a vibe that I got. Was that you essentially had it at Oshi Uplink? You had two groups, and that
Mm-hmm.
was the fans who were there to see their favorite, who were there to see their Oshi, and then you had the streamers who were a much smaller group, like maybe 5% ish,
Hmm.
and they were the people that went to all of the panels for Shop Talk,
Hmm.
and it kind
Yeah.
of split like that. So that's why all the smaller rooms were filled with like how tos and stuff like that. It was people who were either streamers or interested in streaming, and
Hmm.
everybody else went to the large rooms to see Doki Bird or whoever.
Hmm. All right, note to self. I should try to talk to more people who go to those smaller rooms. Probably have a lot more in common with them. Huh.
Oh, okay. Um, which game did you have the most fun playing on stream?
7 Days to Die, or Left 4 Dead 2. Those are probably my big ones. I love PvE games.
Mm,
I love when you can get the right group of friends together for something like that. They're super fun.
mm.
So yeah, those were definitely my best experiences. Although I do also really enjoy just going solo on 7 Days to Die because it's like I don't know if you know the game or if you
Oh,
the
I
viewer
played it.
know the game. Oh, awesome.
Oh yes.
Um, te- must continue interview. Must not ask about 7 Days to Die. So it's like
I
it's
haven't
like
played it that
Minecraft,
much.
but okay. It's kind of like Minecraft in that you've got square blocks, although the blocks don't have to look like squares in this game.
Yeah.
And so you can build everything kind of like Minecraft. You can just build a house out of square blocks if you want to. You don't have to use any of the fancy blocks.
Mm.
But unlike Minecraft, um, the zombies, if they when, number one, they will come a knocking. Especially every 7 days, they will come a knocking,
Mm.
and you better be ready for them with whatever structure you can build to fend them off. And unlike Minecraft, they can and will break your structure, and if they break the supports holding it off the ground, the whole thing will collapse. So
Mm.
you can't just like build a floating base.
Yeah.
Um, and for me, that scratches a really nice itch because I like the survival crafting, but and the creativity and like building your own home and stuff. But
Mm.
I like that it gives me a direction because I'm not just building something that looks nice like I might do in Minecraft. I'm building a functional base full of like catwalks, and it's like American Gladiators where the zombies have to like jump over things and go over trapdoors and avoid spikes, or preferably not avoid them, and do all this stuff just to make it so I can survive these big horde nights that happen every 7 days. For me, I love that. I love the creativity in that kind of thing.
I like that, but at the same time, I like the idea of there being sort of an end stage wherein you can
Mm.
have the house that's literally invincible, that zombies cannot break through. And the game is designed so that that doesn't happen because don't the zombies get progressively stronger over time?
I don't know what. So admittedly, I haven't gotten to the end stages on the most recent builds, but I do know back in early access, people would make like you can look on YouTube for AFK horde base 7 days to die, and
Yeah.
they'll set it up so that like automated robots would like punch the zombies off of a high ledge, and then they'll fall. And back then, the zombies would just kind of be like, "Well, I fell. Guess I'll run up this giant catwalk and staircase and go fall again."
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, yeah, I guess I don't know if you could still make an AFK base. There are like robotic turrets and stuff. Maybe you could.
Hmm.
That would be really cool, actually. A cool challenge for someone.
Yeah.
But I do think there are quite a few ways you can abuse the zombie AI as well, and yeah, so maybe there is an end game like that.
Hmm.
Like I've kind of gotten to the point where I made some void bases that were just like not taking any damage anymore,
Hmm.
and then I was like, all right, time to make me something stupid and see if it works. That'll be more fun.
Nice. Okay. What's a song that you can't help but dance to when you hear it?
A lot of songs, almost every song. Anything with a good rhythm, I just kind of start
Uh,
dancing or singing along.
does one pop into your head all of a sudden?
I don't know. I'm thinking, what's in that? Probably recently, I've been listening to some Nightcore mixes of the Fat Rat songs,
Okay.
and a lot of those make me want to dance.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. Uh, what's a new experience you've had recently?
Oshi uplink.
I
Let
had
me
a
think.
feeling.
Yeah, and cosplaying, meeting some VTubers in person. Hmm. Trying to think if there's like a game I played recently that was like a new experience for me. No, I'm just gonna go with Oshi uplink. I'm a little bit old for the new experience question.
I will I will say this. I have seen more and more, and it gives me some level of hope.
Hmm.
People who are increasingly expressing disinterest in the online space because they're discovering things in real life that they
Hmm.
have more interest in.
Oh.
And I think that that's
Hmm.
fantastic because I'm kind of starting to discover that myself.
Yeah. Huh.
Because I mean, with the internet, it feels like it on many websites it's the same story all the time. It's the same story
Hmm.
over and over again, and then you go out and you see the real world and you get perspective and all of this new element into your life. And I it's kind of amazing in its own way, and then you can kind of take that with you, you know. I don't know, it's a little strange, but I kind of like it.
Did you and I watch the same YouTube video in the last week? Because I definitely heard somebody say this on a YouTube video. I was like, yeah, that's true. We should all like go outside and talk to people more in person. It would probably help with a lot of this drama too. Well, actually, no, it might not, because even in person,
No.
high school is full of drama. But
No,
uh,
people are always going to be the same. The only thing you can really change is yourself.
hmm. Oh, I will say, board games, board game cafes, like either with friends or just like going to one and meeting new people. That I've really enjoyed, and I
Hmm.
probably will start I might do that more often too. Yeah.
Hmm. That's interesting because I do know of a board game cafe. It's a bit of a drive, but you know maybe it'd be worth checking out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. But seriously, do it.
Okay, what's the strongest reaction you've ever had to a movie?
I have cried at a number of movies. Cloud Atlas got me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't think I didn't cry when I watched Memento, but that was like it more blew my mind.
Yeah.
The Prestige blew my mind. Uh, the Truman Show,
Oh,
that was just
that's
an
one of my
amazing movie.
favorites.
Yeah.
I love that
Um,
movie.
what else really got me? Actually, a lot of like some animes. Link Click. I haven't finished it because every time I go to, I think I should finish Link Click, but then I think I'm probably gonna cry at this episode because like a lot of them, they sometimes happy tears, but a lot of them were sad tears. That
Mm,
one, yeah, yeah, Link Click is the one.
nice. Okay. What's something crazy that you'd never try, but would watch someone else doing?
um, I think about all the like silly things that I've watched or people have sent me, like TikToks and Vines. Back at it at Krispy Kreme. um, although personally, like sometimes I wonder, should I really be watching these things if they're that dangerous? But
Mm.
something I wouldn't do myself. Yeah, you're making me question my my moral choices. Like, what? Why am I watching? I don't know, somebody.
I mean, there's a
Um.
reason. There's a reason the TV show Jackass was so popular.
Oh. Oh my God. Um. Actually, what? Oh God, what was I watching recently? If only I'd looked at this question beforehand. um. Uh, YouTube video. Oh, the Outdoor Boys. The Outdoor Boys on YouTube.
Mm.
Yeah, I love those videos. They're really relaxing for me. It's really cool to like see him. He'll go to places like in Alaska in the wilderness. He'll do camping. He'll build snow shelters if it's snowing.
Mm.
He'll do all these cool things. And I just think like I do not have the experience, the survival skills, the stamina, the muscles. I literally like I can go to a campsite, cook marshmallows. That's about
Yeah.
it. And that'd be pretty fun. Don't get me wrong, but oh, I love the Outdoor Boys content. I could never. I don't think I could ever do
I'm
that
I'm
safely.
just I'm just reminded of an episode of The Office where Steve
Mhm.
Carell goes out into the woods and to try and mimic one of those like survivor shows,
Really?
and then within 1 hour, immediately eats poison mushrooms. Uh,
Oh my God. That
uh,
that actually sounds like something would really happen. Ooh, I also have to shout out the YouTube channel GeoWizard because he'll do things like try to cross countries in a perfectly straight line on GPS. Um,
I think I heard of that video.
yeah. Or recently, he's trying to cross Manchester without walking on any roads. So he goes down. He'll go in like canals and through brush and all kinds of nasty plants. I could never
Mm.
do that, but it's just so relaxing. It's a good vibe
Mm.
watching him go through it.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay. What's a project that you've made that you're proud of?
I liked the tutorial that I made for what was it? Making converting a VRM model to Miku Miku Dance for Wakaru, which was like it was like before VC Face. I was trying to use Wakaru because it was also free.
Nice.
Just use VC Face or actually Binyan. I heard is really good now, and Binyan apparently supports 2D models, so I
Huh.
did use that.
Huh.
Oh, I also I started making like a little shoot 'em up game I think on stream one time. I didn't finish it, but that was pretty cool. Um, one day I hope to upload my VODs to YouTube, and if I ever actually pull that off, that'll be a project I'll be proud of. Oh, and singing for the Christmas recitals. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you have a favorite Christmas song to sing at least?
Hmm. Oh, you're gonna make me sing. One sec. I gotta mute and cough and because if I don't sing the songs, I gotta do them justice.
Oh, okay.
I really like to have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. So I like that one. Oh God, what's the other really good Christmas song? Sleigh. I think Sleigh Ride was really good.
Oh
Giddy up,
yes.
giddy up, giddy up. Let's go. Let's look at the snow.
I play that
Mhm.
one. I was in a community band. I played tuba,
Mhm.
and for every
Ooh.
Christmas concert, everyone wants to hear Sleigh Ride. It is like the most popular
Huh.
one.
I'm not surprised now that I've learned what it is and how to sing it. It's really fun to sing. Oh, the Grinch. You're a mean one,
Mm.
Mr. Grinch. That song's hilarious. Um, yeah, I think those are probably some of my favorites. Rocking around the Christmas tree. It's always a classic. Yeah,
I,
I'll go with those ones.
I've always wanted to do a duet of Melikalikimaka
Hmm.
for
What's that?
it's a Bing Crosby song, and it's
Oh.
Melikalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That if you've heard that
Hmm.
one, it's pretty good, and it has a female
Hmm.
part to it. So I would kind of like to do a duet at some point with that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Ooh. Can you send me the name of that song
I
in
will
Discord after this?
I will I will send you the name of that song.
Nice. I think
Although
I just figured
I'll
out what
have
I'm
to.
singing this week here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a very fun song. Um,
Nice.
what's something you've enjoyed in your life that you didn't expect to enjoy?
Oh, I'm instantly thinking of like food. Um, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. Pineapple on pizza is not that bad. Let me think. Okay, okay. What else? What else have I? Okay, okay. Actually, there's some animes. Do you know the trash anime?
The trash anime? Is that the name of it or the
No.
subject matter?
Yeah, it's the subject matter.
Is that Gachi?
Yes.
Yeah, that one. I can
Gachi
never
actor.
pronounce it.
That's why I call it the trash anime. And I love that you're like the fourth person who has no connection to anybody else I've met who knows this anime. And I just say, hey, you know the trash anime? And people know, like, oh, you mean the Gachi anime?
Well, yeah,
Yes.
they when I went to Anime NYC, they advertised the hell out of it. They had a billboard
Oh,
outside the convention center. It was
huh.
they it was crazy. It got a lot of ad play there.
Nice. Huh. Honestly, I know about it because I was looking at a list of like new animes that were rated highly.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, this anime. Okay. And honestly, the first like couple of episodes, I didn't really like it that much. No, the first episode I didn't like the main character in the first episode.
Yeah,
He just kind of came off as like kind of bratty, TBH.
yeah,
But I think around the second or third episode, he started to like become, I guess, I could more relatable, more understandable, and then just the other characters I really liked too. Just the whole vibe of the anime, just I loved it.
mm.
I will also say on that note, one of the there's an anime called Tokyo Ravens,
Mm-hmm.
not Tokyo Ghoul, but Tokyo Ravens, where I had the same experience. I did not like the MC for the first like 2 or 3 episodes, and then around episode 3 it started to get more and more better, and there were more characters introduced. I liked the other characters. The MC I started to like a lot more, and yeah, that ended up being one of my favorite animes too. So
Nice.
sometimes it pays to to watch a few episodes of an anime that you don't vibe with at first.
Absolutely. Okay. What's the furthest distance you've ever driven?
In real life or in like Mario Kart?
In real life, what like time wise? How many hours do you think you drove one way?
Zero, because I don't have a driver's license here.
Ah.
That's something I
Okay.
gotta get
Then
on.
alternate question: what's the longest distance you ever traveled? Generally, one way.
um, Actually, I can give you a pretty good answer. I've been on like a road trip to, I think, New York. I think it
Mm-hmm.
was New York City,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Yeah, that was a pretty cool road trip. It was long though. It was like a 10-hour drive, I think.
Yeah.
It was a long drive, but honestly, it was a fun experience. Um, yeah.
Yeah, New York City is I've been there many times. I have family in New York, and
Hmm.
it's a different place. It's a different world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
okay, would you ever talk to a stranger unprompted in a public setting?
I guess yes. I did have to do that at OCF Link
Yeah, I
multiple
was gonna
times.
say I witnessed you do it firsthand.
I'll be honest. Oh, I forgot to say something earlier. I'll say it now. So,
Yeah.
I personally like I'm an introvert, or at least I'm pretty sure I'm an introvert.
Yes.
But well, number one, on the topic of the question, I think it's good for everybody to be comfortable talking to total strangers unprompted.
Hmm.
Because obviously, if I didn't, I probably would have never met you and everybody else, Venus and Pengu V2,
Yeah.
whose name I've always remembered. Um, like, yeah, like this wouldn't have been happening if I hadn't gone out and done that. So that was cool. And yeah, yeah, you're gonna meet weirdos, but it's good. I think it's a good skill to have, good experience. And personally, like as an introvert, so I I like when I stream. Like when I stream, I just kind of, because I'm authentic. I get that
Mm.
sounded really weird the way I said
I am a real authentic person.
that. Yes, the the amazing streamers. So yeah, I just kind of I like just yapping without thinking too much about what I'm saying. And when I can do that, I can kind of just go forever. It's like I get energy when I can yap and not think about what I'm like, not have to filter it too much, not worry about are people going to find this funny.
Mm.
Yeah, like conversely, like if I'm with people I don't know, or if I'm speaking to the first time, I get all these, anxious thoughts in my head, questions like, okay, what should I say to them? What do they find funny? Why are they even here? Like so many questions, right? And it's so draining for me to talk when I don't know anything about people, and
Yeah.
because of all these questions, right? So yeah, that's me. But I definitely recommend everybody get better at talking to strangers.
As someone who makes it their business to talk to strangers, it's worth it. It's
Hmm.
totally, it's 100% worth it.
Hmm.
Uh, okay. What's your earliest memory?
I was probably like 3, and my parents were driving home, and there was like a big sign on the road, and then we like turned right at the big sign.
Hmm.
I don't remember a whole lot. I think I
Yeah,
had a childhood friend. Yeah.
that sounds like an early memory, all right.
Hmm. One day, I don't know if that sign would ever be there, but one day I should like try to go back and find that spot. Wait, I can do that on Google Maps.
Oh,
Okay, to do for later. Yeah.
yeah. To be continued,
Dun, dun,
and
dun.
then yeah,
Suzuki.
roundabout by yes plays here.
Do do
Uh,
do 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 do. Oh.
okay, which season is your favorite?
Ooh. Well, if Canada had spring or fall, I would answer those seasons. But at least here in Southern Ontario, they last for like 2 weeks. I'm
Mm,
not even exaggerating. So aside from those few weeks where I don't have to use the heat or the AC, I like winter more than summer
mm,
because um, when you're too cold, you can put on more clothes, and then you're not too cold. But when you're too hot and your AC isn't working or something, or you have to go outside, sometimes I have to do that. There's so much. There's only so much you can do while staying decent. So yeah, definitely. The snow can kind of be a pain if you have to
mm.
shovel it, and the ice
Yes,
can be dangerous. But yeah, I prefer winter
I
to
I will
summer.
I will say I'm in New Hampshire. We do have to deal with
Hmm.
snow, but we do have spring and fall.
Wow,
Yeah. In fact,
that's the best.
fall in New Hampshire is very well known. It's pretty much the only thing that people know New Hampshire for is because
Hmm.
we have fall foliage, and people
Ooh,
come from like all over the country to see the fall foliage in New Hampshire. It's like
that is beautiful.
the one thing we have.
Hmm.
That and for whatever reason, and I don't know why this is, but politicians will come to New Hampshire and eat at diners.
Hmm.
They think that New Hampshire is diners, which is not really. There are diners everywhere. I don't know
Hmm.
why they think that New Hampshire is just diners, but that's what that, because you go to any diner in New Hampshire and you'll see like the owner shaking hands with like every single politician who ever lived. I don't know why, but whatever.
Huh.
Uh,
Interesting.
that being said, if you ever are around New Hampshire in the autumn, it's beautiful. Uh,
Hmm.
so, what's your favorite thing you've ever cooked yourself?
Ooh. I like this question.
Hmm,
I really like cooking bacon, eggs. I like cooking.
nice.
I can make home fries that
Hmm,
taste better than the ones I get at restaurants. So that's
nice.
probably up. That's got to be up there. It's very simple. I'm not. I'm a pretty low level cook. Cooking. My cooking skill is low, but I like some good home fries. They're crispy on the outside. They're soft on the inside if you get
Hmm.
them just right.
Oh yeah.
Um, what else? That's probably the thing I'd most be proud of. But I really want to cook more things. Like I want to cook like a cheesecake, maybe a strawberry cheesecake. I want to learn how to cook beans because that I need to get more protein and fiber in my diet that doesn't come from like dairy and meats.
Well,
Um,
if you need a recipe for beans, I know a pretty good one, but it's not sweet. Like around here, we
mhm.
have what's called Boston baked beans, and those are just loaded with
Ooh.
sugar.
Oh.
Uh, those are loaded with sugar. The one that it's called
Mhm.
Cody's beans, Cote, and it's pretty interesting because it's not very sweet at all, and I really like them because I don't really like sweet beans.
Interesting. Yeah, you know what? Put that on the list of things
I
that you
will
should send me on
I
Discord,
will hold
along with
on. I
the
will.
Munchie song that Bill. What? No, no, not that character, not that one. Bing Crosby, that he sang. God, his name is really
Bing
similar to
Crosby.
somebody else. I don't want to say the name of. Oh.
Uh, okay. What's the worst thing you ever cooked yourself? Here we go.
So I cooked. I made like a spaghetti and meat sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But well, no, it was just spaghetti and ground beef. I don't think I'd advanced to putting meat sauce on it yet. And I took a taste. I'm like, oh, it's too bland. I should put in more salt.
Oh
And
God.
you know how they say that? Yeah, you know where this is going. I
Yeah.
put in way too much salt right away. I taste it again, and it tastes like salt. I attempted to then rinse the cooked ground beef and spaghetti in water. It might have helped. I'm not sure at this point, and the whole meal just kind of tasted like salt.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? That's part of the adventure of cooking. That and trying not to burn the place down or melt a piece of styrofoam on the oven.
Uh, okay. What's a food you strongly associate with your childhood?
Dunkaroos, um,
Nice.
Lunchables, um, peanut butter. No, yeah, sandwiches with either peanut butter or. So my mother would
Mm-hmm.
make me for lunch every day a sandwich with bread, not toasted, just soggy bread,
Mm-hmm.
and either peanut butter or some store cheese or like bologna.
Okay.
And like that's it. I think sometimes there might have been mayo with the bologna. Like it's oh I didn't eat sandwiches for like over a decade after I got out of school. Oh my god. Yeah.
See,
That and I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
bologna pairs nicely with mustard, but mayonnaise I feel would be too much.
Yeah, my family wasn't exactly a family of chefs.
Now, now if you fried the bologna, that might be a different story, but just
Interesting.
as is. Yeah.
I will say my favorite sandwich now, I get either a calabrese roll or some brioche bread.
Mm-hmm.
I get mortadella meat, which is like my favorite sandwich, tasty meat.
Mm.
I get some spinach and I get cream cheese. And then I get a bunch of cherry tomatoes on the side because I'm too lazy to cut normal tomatoes like a normal person. And yeah, that's what I eat is good.
Well, if we're talking about favorite sandwiches, my favorite, this is more of a time related thing. My
Hmm.
favorite sandwich is the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh.
You have tons and tons of leftover turkey, and you
Hmm.
have leftover dinner rolls. And you
Ooh.
just cut one of those in half, put some mayonnaise on the inside, put some turkey on it, and it I don't know. I just
Hmm.
get so much nostalgia for it.
That does sound
It's
not bad.
fantastic.
I may not be a turkey fan, but I would eat turkey in that situation. Yeah, that
I
doesn't sound too bad.
I am a turkey fan. I think that the reason a lot of people don't care for turkey is because they're used to it being served to them extremely dry.
That's definitely part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that once you've had good turkey, you realize that it's really good.
Hmm.
Okay. Uh, so you find $50 in the street, adjusting for the currency. $75 in the
Seventy-five
street,
dollars. Yeah.
and there's no one
Hmm.
around to claim it. What do you buy with it?
You assume that I'm going to take the $75. Well, all right. Let's say.
Well, I mean,
Maybe. Oh,
the
hmm.
you generate 75 Canadian of windfall.
Bank error in your favor. Collect 75 Canadian dollars. What do I buy with it? Sushi.
Fair
A couple
enough.
of sushi meals, maybe. What else would I buy with it? Yeah.
Nice.
I would just buy a couple of good sushi meals. Yeah.
Nice.
Or all you can eat if I'm feeling it.
What's your favorite all you can eat?
Sushi.
Oh, all
Although
you can eat sushi.
Korean barbecue and hot pot are very good too, but yeah, the sushi just gets me every time. The salmon.
Nice. Okay. If you could wake up with one talent tomorrow, what would it be?
Ooh, talking to strangers.
I'm glad to inform you, you can change that. I am living proof.
You know, I'm kind of living proof too, because I used to be even more shy than I am now. But I think that's probably true of many talents. I think a lot of people get talent confused for hard work, and it's basically always hard work.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's genetics, but yeah.
Okay. Which decade's aesthetic vibes with you the most?
I'm gonna be honest. I have no eye for aesthetics. I don't know. Maybe... How do I describe it? I've seen like like the brutalist architecture. That doesn't vibe with me. So not that.
Thank God.
Although
I will say that I will say this right now. I'm a civil engineer, so I have very, very strong feelings about brutalist architecture.
Although I do tend to favor function over form, so I can appreciate the attitude of someone who's just like, I just need a building.
Yeah.
But my 7 Days to Die buildings tend to look like that too. Yeah, I don't know. I like the aesthetic of the houses in 7 Days to Die, so or like Project Zomboid. So I guess that's like 90s.
I can't think of what the houses in 7 Days to Die look like. I wonder if they're like colonials or something.
Yeah, something like that.
To Die. I'm looking this up on my Woods computer.
If you ignore the fact that a lot of the houses are broken down or on fire, yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, I think that these are kind of just like... I think that these are supposed to be like Midwest homes.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah. So something...
That's where all the zombies start, always.
Yeah. So if you were to go to like the middle of nowhere in Ohio, you might run into houses like that.
I'm starting to have second thoughts about this preferred aesthetic that I have. I don't want to end up in Cleveland. Sorry, Cleveland. I've seen the memes. I'm sorry.
I won't. I having been to Cleveland, I mean, it's just a city, man. It's just another city, and I'll tell you what else. Having been to cities, there's a certain level of crappiness that goes along with literally all of them.
That's true. Hey, you're gonna come to Cleveland. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna see like the part of the city that's beautiful and has all the high rises and all that, and then you go out to like somewhere on the outskirts and you're gonna run into Dive, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, yeah. I've been to Japan and like Osaka, Tokyo, and yeah, there's the touristy areas are always going to look nice, and especially Japan. Japan is like surprisingly clean, actually.
Yes. But
you can still find places you can still find places with newspapers on the ground or other litter, or the places with the questionable shops.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Cleveland could say, hey, come to Cleveland. We have the zombie apocalypse aesthetic.
I will give you that. They do have that.
There you go.
You have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and zombie neighborhood. You can see the Buddy Holly glasses and then meet zombie Buddy Holly.
Oh, someone should make that. Mod that into a game, somebody.
Do you collect anything?
Hmm. Dust. There's parts of my house that collect dust more than they should. I like the stickers that I got from Oshi Uplink, but I wouldn't say I have a collection. I do like having these little like anime stickers of VTubers or anime characters.
I recently discovered that almost all of those stickers fit very nicely into like a card collection book. So I just got like one of, because the binders you use to store your Pokemon cards in. You just buy one of those and put all your stickers in each one of those if you want to look at them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something I'll do with that, because I don't really put the stickers on anything. I just kind of like having them. They're kind of like a memento, throwback to earlier in the interview. Or I don't know. It's just nice. It's nice to have them, but also they don't take up a lot of space. Yeah. My parents, they're not hoarders, but they definitely keep more stuff than they should in the house, and it's kind of that, and having to move because I don't own my place. I rent. Having to move really makes me appreciate not having too much stuff to move.
Yeah, I've been discovering, because I only started going to conventions a little over a year ago, and I have discovered that if I was to buy all of the traditional merch, I would run out of room in my house very, very quickly. And so now I'm basically just forcing myself to be limited to posters, which I put in a special book that's made for holding the 12 by 18s, and then these stickers, which are much easier to store, obviously. And so that way it's just everything is neat in 2 books, and I don't have to worry about it.
I like this. I like the plan you've got here, the strategy.
Yeah. It's all about the strategy. I have spent way more time than I should have strategizing how to do conventions. Anyway, my final question for the interview. What smell reminds you of home?
Dust. Either dust or allergies, or I don't know. That's a tough one. Actually, something's coming to me. Probably like a certain soap, or maybe a certain body wash smell. There's something like that I would probably associate with, back in the day. Maybe something like that. Yeah.
Do you know,
I think.
Oh, sorry. No, go, keep going.
Oh, I think that I'm sure our house had a smell. I'm very sure it did. But since I lived there, I wouldn't have been able to smell it. So yeah, I don't know, but probably something that I would have worn back then, or like a soap brand that we used. That would probably remind me. Yeah.
What was the soap? Irish Spring.
Thankfully, no.
I don't hate Irish Spring, but at the same time, I think it's funny that there's just this one brand of soap out there that everybody knows for being like borderline toxic.
Really?
Well, no, the scent. I mean, the scent is just so. Well, no, it's not. It's not actually toxic. It's just so potent that people are like, "Whoa."
Does it have like hospital smell to it?
I don't even know how to describe it. It's weird, man.
Is this like the Axe body spray of soaps?
This was the Axe body spray before there was Axe body spray. It was Irish Spring.
Oh wow, I've definitely seen that brand, but I've never had it. I think I know why now.
Yeah, it's been around forever, and it certainly has a distinct smell to it.
See, I kind of YOLO'd the whole Fortunately not Irish Spring, because in my, and like when I said that in my head, I'm thinking, what if this is actually a really good brand of soap? What if this is Jinseki's favorite brand
Well,
of
no.
soap,
I
and I
mean,
just
it's
trashed it?
no. I mean, it's not bad. It's just like it's so strong that it's like, whoa, a little bit much there, fella.
Huh. Interesting. But see, everybody watching this. This is everybody introverted and shy watching this. I made that joke even though I didn't know if I was going to insult Jinseki.
Actually, I am
Sometimes.
the world's biggest fan of Irish Spring. You have
See, when I
gravely
was saying
offended
that,
me.
it was just a joke. I was just joking. Yeah, sometimes you got to YOLO, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Uh,
eh, Kugu, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thank you
mm,
for coming out today. I do appreciate it.
mm.
And on that note, if you're in the audience right now and you're watching this, I'm gonna be sending. I will have links to all of Kuku's various socials in the description. Be sure to subscribe. And with that, I I was your host, Jack Jinseki, and joining me today was Kukushie. Bye bye, everybody.
Yeah, thank you too. Thanks a lot. This was a lot of fun. Like like you said, this is if I was gonna talk with a VTuber, I'd probably just be like this. This was a lot of fun. Don't forget to send me those things on Discord.
I will. Don't worry.
And oh, one more thing,
Oh yes.
everybody, before you go to sleep, every night, make sure you floss and brush your teeth. I'm gonna be honest, I was not good at brushing my teeth, and then I saw a clip of girl DM saying, when you go to bed, you better floss, like brush your teeth, no matter what, no matter how tired you are, always brush your teeth. And my dental hygiene is gotten a lot better. My teeth still have issues, but I'm a lot better at brushing now. And so now I'm spreading that message to you, internet. Make sure you floss and brush your teeth every night, no matter how tired you are.
I
Yeah.
spent way. Another thing I thought about for way too long was methodology for brushing my teeth in the evening. I have like a 7 minute process
Yeah,
just
I
for
definitely spend too long.
yeah. Anyway, with that, I was your host Jack Jinseki. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye, everybody. Have a great time of day. Bye bye.